Okay, goeiemôre almal. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining Awesome this morning. I think with everything, we're obviously going to do this in English to suit everybody. Vir die wat ek ken, goed om almal weer te sien. We are going to try not to keep you too long this morning. What we'll do from our side, we'll go through a very short presentation of what we're going to do for the year. So this is not a training session. This is really just a print and the online news that we're going to do this year. Obviously, everybody's had tough challenges with COVID, and we're still having that. So as with last year, where we, from August, started doing school news again, a lot of schools were rushed to get news to us, and they weren't properly informed. So from our side, we'd like to inform you of exactly what we are going to do this year, and approximate dates that everything will go out, and also what we will be doing online and what you can do from your side to promote your school, and the limits or no limits that we offer from Awesome side. Just a quick one, we are there to promote schools and promote children. So we try and do that in a secure as possible manner. But from the school side, we try and do it as cost effective so that it doesn't influence your budget, but that you can have your school out there for people to see your achievements and so on. Okay, so I'm going to screen share and go into the presentation itself. Just give me a moment. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So just first things, as I said, that you're aware of this. This is again not a training session, but just that you're aware that what we do is we do 32 regions in South Africa's printing quarterly editions with their quarterly highlights. This covers about 180 towns in South Africa, and we print, altogether we print about 320,000 newspapers a quarter that is mostly directly delivered to the schools so that the parents can get it, so that it gets to the right target market. So this year, let's start here because this is probably the most important slide. For this year, you can look from number 2. We will start on the 10th of April, where we will start distributing regional papers. The first one that we'll do is the Class of 2021 Summer Edition. Normally, this edition would be, for those that have been with us in the past, this edition is focused on summer sport like your netball, cricket, tennis, athletics, and so on. Obviously, with COVID, some schools are already doing sports and some are not doing any sport this first quarter. So, from a creative point of view, we will allow any news, any highlights from your school for the first quarter. So if you want to put the first quarter's academic achievements, or you want to put your A candidates or pupils that achieved A certificates in matric, that will be obviously up to you. The second one that we'll do will be end of June. The end of June edition, sorry, everybody just needs to mute, please, if you can. The end of June edition mostly focuses on your individual achievements in provincial sports. So, for example, all your netball, hockey, rugby, but also outside sport, provincial achievements where you can obviously give those kids acknowledgement. So those are normally more individual photos. But again, if that doesn't suit you, you can talk to us about using your space for something else. And then the winter sport one is normally end of September. And here we try and give all your under 13 and under 19 teams in your different sporting codes an edition where they are all featured within their region, and that they have a keepsake edition where the opponents and they themselves are in the same edition. So every school gets half a page at no cost. And sometimes there are advertisers in your town that want to sponsor with another half page, but normally a half page, and there you can put up 4 photos of your teams, your formal teams that participate in the winter sports season. And then the last one for the year, we focus on academics and culture. So that will normally be your prize winners of the year. So your academic achievements. Sorry, there are people that are not muted. Please, if you can mute your microphone, please. Okay, so the end of the year one would be your academical achievements and your cultural achievements. And then from next year, we did one for Top Matrix Western Cape. We did this year. It went down very well. I think people were very happy. We covered the whole of the Western Cape from the West Coast down to Southern Cape, where we put in all the top A Matrix for the year in one edition. And that we will do on a national basis from next year. So when the matrics come out at no cost to the school, you will have high schools will have a half page or a maximum to a half page where they can post their matrics, their A certificates, their A achievers for the year. Okay, so everything that we do in print is at no cost to the school, the first half page. But then there are schools that have more achievements that they'd like to share in the printed edition, and we will give you those options now. So just a quick summary. We have a summer sport edition end of March, normally this year 10th of April, obviously with COVID. We have a mid-year achievers edition end of June. We have a winter sports edition end of September, and then your top achievers edition end of the year November, and then from next year the top matrix edition 2022, which would be for high schools at the beginning of the year. This is just how we prefer. I'm going to just quickly show an example because we do get a lot of different ways that we receive the news. This would be the best way to do it, where you have a simple description at the bottom. It gives you more opportunity to put in more photos and to have a name and a short description underneath. If you look at this one, this is a bit long. So this restricts your photo size, and obviously it makes it tough when you look at all the different blue spaces at the bottom where you lose space for news or to make the photos bigger so that the kids get seen better. So that's just have a look at that. We will forward that on email to you, and you will see the difference on that. So I just quickly wanted to show you that. And then if you need additional space, so that what I mean by this is you have a half page that you can utilize. If you're part of the session this morning, you have got a half page in our printed edition at no cost. We just need the news from you. But if you need more than that, you want to put in your open days, or you want to put in more photos with more kids' achievements, we give schools a 30% discount on pricing. So you have your half page for 3, you can add a quarter page for another 4,000 Rand, or you can add a half page for 7,000 Rand, or you can add a full page for 14,000 Rand. This gives you the benefit of where you go from a 30 photo on a half page, you can go to a 60 photo on a full page, or you can have additional information underneath or just on the side of your school news. If you want more information on that, obviously you can email us and we can then contact you directly to discuss these options with you. Okay. Sorry, I just want to go back one slide just to explain here. So high schools here has the opportunity to speak to their primary schools. So most of our editions, 70% in your area goes to the primary school, just because they are better distributors. Those kids do take it home, where you've got your teenager throwing it in a bin or keeping it in his suitcase. So it's a perfect opportunity for high schools to speak to their primary school learners in their immediate vicinity, or just you want to give more kids recognition. So that's why we allow that. So what is our concept? You have got the option to be part of a print application here at no cost 4 times a year. From our side, what we expect is we expect you to be part of all 4. And the reason for that being that our online news system, which I'm going to show you now, which is daily school news, and which a lot of you know, and our printed editions we do at no cost for the school. The only way that we cover our fees are through local and national advertising. So we compete with your local newspaper, or we compete with the bigger corporate advertising that is out there. So a half page is free of charge, your online is free of charge, but from our side, we just need a bit of backup from you in terms of the distribution. So some schools keep the papers when they get it before the holidays, and they only give it out after the holidays. The problem with that being that an advertiser in the paper might have a special for the holiday period, and now they never want to advertise with us again because the papers weren't given out. So we from our side, please encourage you that when you get the papers, try and give it out between 3 to 5 days before the school holidays, and encourage the children. These papers are not to be left on the school grounds, but is there for mom and dad, because mom and dad actually looks at it more than the kids. The kids are on Instagram, where the parents are really interested to see who your top achievers were and who you're giving recognition. So, and then on the online, we also sent you the digital version. A lot of you would have seen that, where we mail it to you. And from this year, we will tag you on your area's Facebook page. And we only ask you to press that share button so that it runs to your timeline, so that where a kid does leave it in a suitcase, that parent can still see it on your Facebook page. That assists us greatly in getting the news out there, because you are putting in a lot of effort to send us the photos, and we obviously from our side have got a hell of a team here to put that all together in 32 regions and to see that you get a nice printed edition for your parents. So if you can assist in just encouraging the kids. So what we would not like is packs being put in reception and say take one, because probably only 5% of it will be taken to 10%. If you can hand it out at certain grades, most schools do grade 4 to 7, and at high schools mostly grade 9s and matrics. And it's tough to tell a grade or 11, grade 11 and 12. It's tough to tell them to take it home, but still, please try and do that. The primary schools we see do listen and take it home, but that message also needs to come from the school, please. We really need that, as advertising is the only way that we can give you a free newspaper and give the parent a free newspaper. Okay. Enough about that. Thank you very much. And there I've mentioned we've got 29 Facebook pages. Remember that, because I'm going to come to your vacancies in your school just now. So we have got 29 Facebook pages around the country where we also share the news on, and from there we tag you and you share it on your Facebook page, these editions, please, if you could. Then the only other thing that we do in print, or the biggest other thing we do in print, is clashes. Yeah, everybody has got the opportunity to apply that we do a clash. Sorry about that. So we do the same as the normal print. We do a specific clash per year. So for example, we do Potchefstroom against Volkschool in Potch. We do Boys High against Paul Jim in Paul. We do Grey against Paul Roos. We do stuff in Petersburg. We do all around the country, your biggest inter-schools edition at no cost to the school, where we put in every A team that plays on the day. We put in interviews with the coaches and the captains. We put in the program for the weekend. And this does not replace your Saturday program. This comes out 3 to 4 days before your big event, with a lot of reading material and a lot of photos, and it's a keepsake edition. So it means that your teams are in, your opposition teams are in. So it's a once-off event newspaper where we print 5 to 10,000, and we even spread it through town to make people aware of it, but where they've got a nice keepsake edition where netball, rugby, hockey, and even your chess and your cheerleaders' photos are in, and it's a keepsake edition that they can keep for the rest of their lives about that clash. And yeah, if you have something big that you feel is big enough for us to cover, this is something additional that we do. So our capability is a little bit more limited than with a quarterly newspaper, but you're more than happy to send us the details of a big clash in your school, and we can have a look at it, and if we have the capability, we will cover it at no charge to the school. Okay. Then lastly, our online platform. So our online platform is our daily news platform. Now in print, you can only do so much. So in print, you've got a half page, and it is limited to that half page, but that would be your absolute top performance that you get out in print and on digital. With online news, you can send us as much news, as many news as you like. There are no limits here, no limits in recognition, because if you have a kid that performed in karate or horse jumping or show jumping or whatever, and they don't get recognition in the local papers, and you're struggling to get them recognition, online news, we will take any news that we receive from the school. We will never cover any news that we receive from a parent, because we cannot verify it. But if you as a school want to send us 60 photos of your matric farewell, or even 200, or you want to send us daily news on new personnel, on player profiles. We do a awesome on the couch with your new head girl and head boy where they answer questions and we post a nice photo of them and saying on this awesome couch with this learner, we will post all of it. Your top achievers, if you have a prize giving, you want to send me 60 photos per grade, we will post that for you. At the moment, we're running at about 230,000 monthly page views. Obviously, COVID is a challenge. This is quite big, but we are aiming to go over 350,000 page views this year, and hopefully next year over 500,000 per month. This is per month, so it means that at the moment we're running at about 3 million page views per year. The nice thing about that is only 10% of them are repeat people that come back, because every month there are different achievements from different learners that come and have a look at awesome news. So it is quite a few parents that have a look at the site. Average time spent on the site's about a minute, so they obviously have a look at photos and the articles of their own schools, and an average of about 60,000 monthly users on the site. So please make use of this. We have got 40 different regional online news platforms that covers the whole of South Africa. But every article that you send us for online also runs on the national page, and there we don't make any differentiation between a small school and a big school. Here you get the same opportunity. If you are 20 in a school or you are 2,000 in a school, it's up to you. We will place it for you. It just has to come from the school. Okay, again, it's free of charge. There is no cost, and you can send us videos. If your school does a war cry and it gives you goosebumps, send it to us. People like that. They like to see that and share what's happening at your school on a national and on a more regional basis. Okay, and then also here the option is that if you have open days and you want to do this online and you want to do it on a platform where there's 2,000 schools, 2,140 schools currently part of, and you want to do it on a national level or you want to do it on a regional level, we do allow online marketing of your school. The booking is 2,000 Rand. You only pay for the impressions reach. So you decide what you want to spend. We give you five times more views than what you are spending. So if you want to spend 2,000 Rand, we'll make sure you get up to 10,000 views. If you want to spend 5,000 Rand, we'll make sure you get up to 25,000 views. And if you look at the left here, you can see the different examples. So if you are targeting specific, for example, primary schools, what you can do is you take an ad and you say, I want to be seen at the following schools in my area, and we will post your open day or information about your school in every article that those schools send for the time period that you want us to do that. So you can have nice marketing campaigns, and that would obviously support us as well, but we know that we can get you to the right target market. So that's just from a marketing point of view, what Awesome Online or awesomenews.co.za can do for your school. Okay. And then lastly, what we started, we had a lot of requests to do this, and then COVID put us back a bit, but this is the portal where you can post as many vacancies as you like, and we will see to it that your vacancies goes out on a national level. And we do this for under 100 Rand a month. So a cost of 1150 per year, so that's 1,000 Rand a year, and then 1150 including that. We will post all your teaching jobs vacancies on 29 Facebook pages, on 40 regional online pages, and we will make sure that as many people as possible can see your vacancy funds. If you want to sign up for this, you just sign up you send us an email, awesomenews@timemedia.co.za, and you can become part of this. And there's no limit to the amount of vacancies that you can post here, and all vacancies will be posted on a national level for everybody to see, from Limpopo down to Paarl, where we are, and please make use of this. Everybody, that was short and sweet. We kept under 20 minutes. I thank you for your time. I just want to put the camera on again. If there are any questions regarding the session, please contact us via email and or WhatsApp. Everybody's part of the WhatsApp number. Send your questions or give us a call and we will discuss it on an individual basis. Obviously, there are about 50 schools that joined us this morning. I think if we open it up for questions now, a lot of it is not pertaining to everybody. So asseblief maak gebruik van kontak ons as jy onseker is. We will send you an email. Just last thing, we are for the first quarter we are doing 24 regions, not 32, because of the delay in opening the schools. We will not get to 32 regions this month, but from the June edition, all 32 regions will be part of our newspaper, and we will send you those details via email as well as this presentation that we did this morning. Baie dankie vir julle tyd. Ek hoop julle het 'n lekker naweek, and thank you very much for joining us.